this point. It is about noon on Tuesday, November 22nd, and this is your Week 11 recap. Coming up today on the recap, we'll go over Week 11, we'll go over each game. We're going to forego our weekly accolades because I don't think anybody really cares. We got more important things to worry about. We're going to go over our power rankings for Week 11, and we're going to go over our projected playoff bracket, as well as possible playoff scenarios and tiebreakers. So, a lot to get to, so we're going to jump right into it with our weekly rewind. First up, we have Walter Camacho with a big 77-point win over Patrick Troy, 184-107. Walt was really powered by, again, quarterbacks Marcus Mariota and Kirk Cousins, as well as wide receiver Jameson Crowder. Nice double dip there from Cousins and Crowder on the Redskins. On Patrick's side, not really much to talk about. 0 points from quarterback Nick Foles, so way to pay attention on that one, Pat. His high score was the Vikings defense actually gave him 25 points. Other than that, he had 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in double digits. So just future day for Patrick. He looks like he has really punted on the season to this point. Next up, we have Yorkmish taking on Johnny Sokol and winning by about 50 some odd points, 176-124. I was powered big time by Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott, Le'Veon Bell, each scoring 26 plus, as well as a couple other guys in double digits. I got 0 points from Ladarius Green. Luckily, it didn't hurt me. As Sokol only put up 124. His high scorers were Jameis Winston with 20 points, Lamar Miller with 21, and James Starks with 15 actually. So not a terrible day from him, but not nearly enough to take on your commissioner. Last game in the Brook Wild division, really a nail biter on Monday night. Jack taking on Jensen, and Jack winning by a total of 8 points, 116-108. He was powered by Joe Flacco at 17, Alex Smith at 21. Not a great day from really anybody else. Only had 1, 2, 3 other guys, 4 other guys in double digits. Over on Jensen's side, Tom Brady gave him 36 points. Jonathan Stewart gave him 10, and Rashard Matthews gave him 10. Those were his only double-digit scorers. So, really decent production from anybody else, and he probably would have won this one. But like I said, it came down to Monday night with Amari Cooper taking on Nick Novak, and Amari Cooper was the victor for Jack. Moving on now to the Katie Cummings division. We had Connor Coyle 166 beating Ryan McCallum 125. Connor had big numbers from Andrew Luck and Aaron Rodgers, 130. They had 36 and 22 points, as well as David Johnson, who had 34 points. So Coyle, as steady as can be here, pretty much got the same production from the same guys week in and week out. Over on Ryan's side now, not great. Only player to score over 20 points was the Lions defense for him. Quarterbacks Matt Stafford and Blake Bortles only had 11 and 16 respectively. So not a great day for Ryan. Didn't get the win. Gonna need to really pull it out this week in order to move forward, but we'll get to that in a bit. Next up, it was Danny McCown 116 to Sean McGrath's 101. Danny didn't really have a great day. Only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in double digits. He was led by Des Bryant with 23 points, and Drew Brees with 20 points. Everybody else had about 10 or 11, so not great. On Sean's side, huge production from Robert Kelly with 34 points. Huge production, not really huge, but decent production from Carson Palmer and Andy Dalton with 17 and 15 respectively. Everybody else is at or below about 9 points, which is just not good, not going to get it done. Pretty clear that he's last in the league in points, and at this point mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, but again, we'll get to that. Finally, in our last game, it was T.J. O'Brien 132, Cole Coyle 125, so another close game here, but T.J. was able to pull it out. He was led by Eli with 21 and Rashad Jennings with 21. Gotta love those Giants, right? On Cole's side, Derek Carr had 27. Steve Smith Sr. had 19.9 points. Only had 1, 2 other guys in double digits, so really not a great day. But not a great day for either side, I should say. But TJ's able to get the win and clinch a spot in the playoffs, which we'll talk about in a minute. All right. Now, moving on directly to everybody's favorite time of the week, it is your weekly power rankings. 1 through 6 have been pretty steady. They've been like that for a couple weeks now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that have clinched a playoff spot, which means we have 3 playoff spots remaining. Ryan checks in at number 4, takes on number 6 Cole this week. Huge matchup there. I'll get to that in a bit. Other than that, your commission has moved up to number 7 with another big win. Second place now in the Brook Wild division. Walter Camacho jumps 3 spots to number 8. Really, he's in the playoffs at this point right now. It's going to take a lot for him to be knocked out of the playoffs. So good looks on that, Walt. Jensen drops 2 more spots. Went from 2nd place in Brook Wild down to 4th place now. Just spiraling out of control. Let's see if he can pick it back up and keep his playoff spot right now where it is. Patrick falls another spot to number 10. McGrath falls to number 11. And at the bottom we have Sokol at number 12. Looks like he's the worst team in the league. Needs a lot of help to get into the playoffs, but not yet eliminated. All right, let's take a look at our projected playoff bracket, the way it sits right now. Over on the Katie Cummings side, we have McAllen in 1st, taking on brother Ryan in 2nd. We have, in 4th, and we have TJ in 2nd, taking on Coyle in 3rd. You can see the asterisks here indicate that they have clinched. Cole is on the outside looking in, but there is a way for him to get in. We'll get that in a minute. McGrath, on the other hand, mathematically eliminated at this point. Over on Brook Wild side, we have Jack clinched at number 1, taking on Jensen at number 4, and your commissioner clinched at number 2, taking on Walter at number 3. On the outside looking in, both Patrick and Sokol are technically alive still. There is ways for them to get in, and we'll get into those right now. All right, so Katie Cummings side. Right now, Ryan's in. He has the tiebreaker over Cole. If we go to the B tiebreaker, which is points 4, they haven't played yet. However, they do play this week in week 12. So what that means, if Ryan wins in week 12, he's in, it's over. If Cole wins in week 12, then we move on to week 13, obviously. If Cole wins in week 13, he's in. If Ryan loses in week 13, Cole's in. So to recap here, Ryan, you're in with a win this week, or a win in week 13 and a week 13 loss for Cole. Cole, you're in with a win this week and either a win in week 13 or a week 13 loss for Ryan. That one's very simple. On the Brook Wild side, not nearly as simple. Let's go down the tie breaks first. So, your commish owns the tiebreak over Patrick thanks to a head-to-head victory in week 10. Walter owns a tiebreak victory over Commissioner, based on points 4, but we play in week 12. Over Jensen, based on points 4, they split the regular season. Over Troy, based on head-to-head victory in week 11. And over Sokol, based on a head-to-head victory in week 9, they play again in week 13. Jensen owns the tiebreaker over your commish with a head-to-head victory in week 8. Troy owns the head-to-head tiebreaker over Jensen with a victory in week 9. They play again week 13. Sokol owns the tiebreaker over Jensen based on points 4. They play week 12. And Sokol also owns the head-to-head tiebreaker over Troy. They play thanks to a victory in week 8. Sokol cannot catch your commissioner. Now, our different scenarios. Because I own the tiebreaker over Patrick, I have clinched the spot, and he can't catch me. So, scenarios. Walter gets in with either 2 wins, or a week 12 win and more points for than Sokol at the end of the season, or a week 13 win, or 1 Sokol loss and 1 Troy loss. Jensen gets in with 2 wins, or 1 win and a Troy week 12 loss. Remember, they play each other in week 13. Troy gets in with 2 wins and 2 Walt losses, or just straight up 2 Jensen losses. Remember, they play in week 13, so Jensen loses twice, then Pat gets a win, he wins a tiebreaker, etc. Sokol gets in with 2 wins and 1 Troy loss, and either 2 Walt losses or 2 Jensen losses and more points for than Jensen. So Sokol's got to run the table and get massive amounts of help, but it is possible. If you have any questions about how these kind of broke down, let me know. I know it's a little confusing. I tried to use a little basic logic here with the parentheses and the ands, ors, but some of you may have trouble with it, so just let me know if you need any help. Basically, keep winning and see how it turns out. I'll update these next week, obviously, to know who can still be in, who can still be out, etc., etc., etc. But anytime you see clinches, it just means that you've clinched this playoff spot. The seedings are not yet clinched, so don't worry about that. Keep in mind that our two last place teams from each division will play championship week. Loser of that matchup will have to do the 30-day yoga Instagram challenge. Could be, at this point, really anybody that's not yet clinched could end up in last place in your division. So keep on winning, keep on making moves, keep on picking up players on the waiver wire, do what you can to win. That's all for now. Peace.